Evening, evening. Big game coming up at the weekend. Is it the biggest game? Well, it's the North London Derby. And to me, it's a massive game, to be honest. It's tribal. A lot of people would say that it's not that big a game anymore. Well, I don't agree with that. We are playing our tribal rivals, North London. It's all about the fact that who's going to walk out with their chests pumped out. That is what it's about in North London. It's always where it's been. It's always where it will ever be. So Tottenham coming to N5, coming to the Emirates. They haven't won there for 15 years. So it's a massive game. Massive game. Yeah, we've got injuries, but we've got injuries that can cover what we got. And it's all going to be down now to how this manager sets this team up. Because he's now got to get inside their heads and say, look, we're going to win. There's no question. Arteta, ex-player, he played in North London derbies. He knows what it means. It's all about now stepping up to the plate, putting it out there and seeing what we're going to do. I put a poll out before the international break. 67% of people are convinced we're going to win. And that's brilliant because I'll tell you what, that is so positive. Now, at the end of the day, we've got to step up to the mark now. And this is where we're coming into the difficult time of football. We've got a very difficult period of games coming up. We played Tottenham on Sunday, then we got Bayern Munich, then we got Chelsea, and we go on and we go on. Some games were only 3-day breaks. So now, Mr. Arteta, you've got to manage this squad. We've got players out. Will we see some of these players back on the bench on Sunday? That's a worry for me because he doesn't need to do that. He's got the players on the bench. He wanted a bigger squad. He's got a bigger squad. So use them. If you want to start with Saka, that's fine. That's great. But you can swap him up after 50 minutes and bring in Enweri on. Now, will he do that? I don't know. I'm always worried about that because he seems to stick with his favourites and burns them out. And that is a big mistake in my belief. Big mistake. You've got the players, use them. Give them the chance. They want to prove themselves against Tottenham. I don't understand sometimes why managers don't actually use their bench in the way they should be used. But we'll see. Big up Aces, man. Big up to you, my fella. Big up to you. SGs, big up, mate. Hope you're well. Hi, Lawrence, absolute real one. Lawrence will be on my stream on Tuesday night on the old school show. And we discuss and see what happens at the game at the weekend. Hi, Jez. Sent your message to Insta. Hope you're doing okay, mate. Yeah, okay, I'm fine, mate. When did you send the message, man? Was it lately or whenever? Paul Nash, big up, mate. Big up, Jez. Hope all's good with you, mate. Tottenham will always be the game. There you go, Paul. Paul gets it. You get it. Yeah, I know. People say, oh, it's Man United. Yeah, Man United. It's a massive game. It's huge. If you want to call it two ways, you can go there's two ways on this one, right? Is it Man United as our cup rivals, or is it Tottenham as our tribal. There is no other tribal rival than Tottenham, right? That is it. Yeah, people say about Liverpool, Man United, Newcastle, Sunderland. Yeah, I get it. But when you've got a team a mile up the road, right, and there's that much hatred between the two teams, and it is hatred. I grew up with that hatred. That's what it's about. And they are number one rivals in the fact it's tribal. Now, I understand, I get it, that the demographic of Arsenal football fans is now totally different how it used to be. And that's how life moves. Everybody moves on. It's all different. I understand that, right? But it's still there. On Sunday afternoon at 4:30, Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, as that Tottenham crowd are coming to the Emirates, there will be rivals. It will still be there, and it always will be there, because that is the demographic of North London. A lot of people don't understand it because they've never been to an Arsenal Tottenham Arsenal. They don't get it. They don't understand it. People like Eagle never been to a Tottenham Arsenal game. Don't forget, people like Eagle supported Tottenham, right? Yeah, that's an Arsenal fan, by the way, a fucking Arsenal fan. Yeah, that supported Man City to beat Tottenham. Sorry, around the wrong way. Supported Tottenham to beat Man City, so Arsenal didn't win the league. Now, you telling me that's an Arsenal fan? If you're a real Arsenal, you never fucking do that. You don't ever do that. Sorry, Lawrence, if you sent me a message, mate, I ain't seen it. Have a quick look now. Nah, I ain't got it, mate. I ain't got it. Sorry, mate, I ain't got it. And these people, like Egal, fucking positive prick Dan, right? Stricto, they're not Arsenal. They're not real Arsenal fans. Because at the end of the day, you want Arsenal to beat Tottenham. You never, ever support Tottenham. Not in a cat and hell's chance. So it's a massive game. It's a massive game to me. It's the game of one of the games of the season. Tottenham home, Tottenham away, Man United away, Man United home. But what we're going to see, what are we going to do? Because it's all down now to this manager, right? About setting his team up right. As SG says, modern managers are one-dimensional. They always stick to plan A, but as soon as plan A doesn't work, they don't have a plan B. Well, this manager doesn't have a plan B. We've seen it. He's proved it. Be up the assembled, man. Big up to you. Yeah, it don't work, man. Waha, how you doing, mate? Good evening, Jez and chat. Big up to you, my friend. Lawrence says, when fixtures come out for a new season, the first two fixtures I look out for are Spurs home and away. There you go. That's the ones I do, mate. I always look for them. SG saying, technically, Man United and Liverpool are not a derby because they are not from the same city. Liverpool and Everton, or Man City and Man United are a derby. That's the weird thing, isn't it? Man City, Man United never seems to be a derby. The Liverpool derby is Liverpool Everton, but you've also got Man United Liverpool. It's because the amount of trophies both those teams have won. They've won more trophies between them than any other English football clubs. So that's the big one up there in the northwest. The Assemble says, I wouldn't let Tottenham enter a nightmare. Fair play, fair play, fair play. Paul Nash can't be calling them Spuds or even Spurs. They're Tottenham. That's where they're from. That's what they are. Yeah, good comment, mate. Good comment. It is what it is. Santiago says, no chance for them. We're playing at home. Yeah, well, you can never write them off, mate. Yeah, they haven't beat us at home for 15 years. But at the end of the day, it's all down now to the manager, Mikel Arteta. What nonsense will he come up with? We know what he likes to do. We've got injuries. Gabriel's out. Will he be on the bench? Will Odegaard be on the bench? Will Havertz be on the bench? Will Gyökeres be on the bench? Now, this is my concerns because this manager does like to drag the players back when they're not quite fit. That's a problem for me because give the opportunity. We've got, well, no, let me start again. He gave the opportunity last season to Enweri. He's given the opportunity to other players. Give them a go. Give them their head. Let them play freelance and actually say, I can do something in this game. Will he do it? Probably not. He likes to go back to kin. Big up AFC 87 always, man. Big up to you, my friend. Because this is what this manager does. And this is where I get called out because people say, oh, you don't give the manager a chance. He's had enough chances. He's had enough. Why should I sit back and say this manager's good when he actually has thrown games in the bin? Sunderland, 2-1 up. What did he do there? Went all defensive and we lost. Well, we didn't lose the game, but we came back out of a draw. I called that game. I called it to be a draw. Because the fact this manager, when you're 2-1 up, you don't go all defensive when you got a team like Sunderland who haven't lost at home and are going to want to go out there and maintain their record. It's nonsensical. Yet people think this is the greatest manager in world football. Fuck off. He's not the greatest manager. We don't have the greatest squad. Some other bloody melt, right? Came out with we've got the greatest squad. Well, if we've got the greatest squad, then this manager should use it. It's not hard, is it? It's not hard work. If these people think he's the greatest manager in world football and it's the greatest squad in Europe, then use the bloody squad. It's quite simple, really. But no, he won't. He will revert to type because that is what he does. And then we get caught again. We'll get caught out and I don't get it. I don't get it. It's frustrating, man. Lawrence is in. Jez, Arteta wouldn't know what rotation is if it bit him on the arse. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Yeah, AFC 87 always. Rookie management at its best. That's its finest. Yeah, and we keep having to put up with it. Who was that Mel the other day? Who said if we'd won a domestic double, right, he'd rather we came second. We'd rather come second rather than win a domestic double. The only team in British English football history to do a domestic double and 1993, he would think it's best to have a second place in the Premier League. Where do these people come from? It's shocking. Anyway, SG says, Positive Dan said, you're not fit to wear the badge. when the fella said Herbert Chapman retained the league titles. Chapman died in January, so it was George Allison. Exactly. So many people go on about Herbert Chapman when it was actually George Allison that won most of them. All right, Herbert Chapman set the team up when he joined in 1924. But it's madness, absolute madness. And yet people dismiss this game. AFC 87 says, Jez, trophies over league position any day unless you finish first. Yeah, there you go. There you go, mate. Lawrence, Jez, that betting positive Dan said it would be better to finish second rather than win a League Cup. The guy's a clown. Absolute clown. Now, the thing is, right, I was on a show with that Melt, right, and I asked him two things, and he couldn't answer. I then asked Egal, him, and that Stricto, another question about if he doesn't win. We'd all discussed, let's go back, we'd all discussed, right, about winning Premier League, Champions League, one or the other, right? And if he didn't win either, they agreed he had to go. So when I actually said to him, if he has to be sacked because he doesn't win either, does he have to go? And they couldn't answer. And that silly cunt fucking Egal sits there with his big teeth, tombstone face, laughing. Shocking. Absolute bloody shocking. The Assemble says he's not a clown, he's positive. Yeah, ultra positive, man. Shocking. Absolute disgrace. Wahar says the part where you kept asking me, has he won anything? And he was sulking quietly, said, no, he hasn't. Put him in his place. Yeah, there you go. These people are so easy to shoot down when they big up Arteta, when he's done nothing. Nothing. Ruins players. Right? Provenly, he's ruined players. Yet he keeps doing the same old boring shit. And these people support it. And then when it comes down to the actual crunch of the matter, they still support it. And it's madness. But let's get back to the game. We've got Tottenham at home, right? It's always a riot day when you've got Tottenham coming to Arsenal going up Tottenham, right? You know what it is. But the fact is that we've got to get round the problem of the injuries that we've sustained. And let's get out this bullshit that Gabriel's injury was caused by Brazil. Because at the end of the day, we knew he was in the red zone. So why the fuck do you send him to Brazil anyway? Yes, I know that the Brazilian FA have a call on players. But there is also the right of the club to say, sorry, this player is unfit. We don't want to send him out for you to play him for 30, 40 minutes and send him back more injured than he was before he went. What is going on here? We've seen it with Odegaard. He's been sent out to play for Norway, and the Norwegian squad manager and medical team said, no, you're not fit to play, go home. So what are we doing here? We're now coming into a critical period where our fixture list is like, wow. I think it's 1 week. 1 week we've got a 7-day break. And then we're into, I think it's into Christmas, 27th of December. And this is a crucial period of the year now, right? We know this is a difficult time. It's difficult in the fact the weather's colder. Players have got to be more warmed up because this is when you can seriously pull muscles because you know ground's harder, and the fact that the air's colder and you pull more muscles. So what do we do? What do we do? What's this manager going to do? Because Sunday afternoon, 4:30, we've got a big game. We want to be, as Arsenal fans, be able to call it out and say, we're the boys. We are the kings of North London. N5 is the rulers, right? But we're going to have to wait and see, aren't we? I do not trust this manager because I want to see what his in-game management is going to be about. Santiago says, well, they live in a small little world. We face reality. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely. Wahar says, these top gooners are the football freak show. Nothing else. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Excuse me. The Assemble says, positive Danny's croonies should be called the original thinkers, in my opinion. The only good thing about it is, he don't get many views. That's the only good thing. So he's not contaminating young people that would actually follow that absolute fucking idiot. And by the way, I did invite him on my show when he called me out. And as a little melt he is, he bottled it. Fucking bottled it. Right? And he said, oh, how about come on my show? I said, no, I asked you first. I'll go on his show. I don't give a shit. With the other guy, Deluded Dan, or whatever his name is. I was on with both of them on Dan Potts last week. I ain't got a problem. I'll face anyone out. If they want to go toe to toe with me, fine. We'll go toe to toe. But at the end of the day, I don't mean physically, I mean verbally. But at the end of the day, don't be like a little snide and call people out off on camera and then bottle it. I'll call people out and come and join me. Come and say hello. We'll have a chat. AFC 87 always, what's worse is these top gooners have seen Arsenal win major honours, so why do they accept failure when Arteta don't get it? Thing is, mate, a lot of them haven't. That's the problem. A lot of them haven't. They've jumped on the bandwagon after the good times at Arsenal. So now they think they can talk all about the good times when actually they can't. SG says, anytime Arteta fails to win any trophies, context must always apply. Every situation, no other manager gets the protection of Arteta. The day he leaves will get rid of his fan boys. No, I don't think they will, mate. I think because what they'll do, they'll hate on the new manager. I honestly do believe that. Lawrence says, Jez, Egal's a waste of space, mate. Post a video of him crying that DJB Aaron have an agenda against him. Then post a video that Arteta is one of the best 5 managers in the world. Yeah. And then he posts a video out, Lawrence, crying because nobody takes him seriously. I wonder why. Because that guy knows absolutely fuck all about football. He knows fuck all about Arsenal. Right? He sits there, makes his name feel like big and clever. God almighty, why people sit there and listen to that prick. I tie him up in knots every single day about Arsenal. The guy's an idiot. Lawrence says, Jez, it's on at 8:30 out here in the States. The Tottenham game. Was it worth getting up to watch it, mate? Two Forces says Arteta will be sacked in the season and go manage Real Madrid's women's team. I doubt he'd even get to manage them, mate. I won't lie. Andrew J54, even just a man of my time with the same mindset. Yeah, big up, mate. You always bring back happy memories from the Arsenal FC, where Arsenal FC, not Arteta FC. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I said it the other week in front of those two idiots. It's not Arteta FC, it's Arsenal FC. Big up Aces. Eagle only doing this for viewing. Yeah, he wants to be gig. Big up Shano, man. Hope you're doing, buddy. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. I was going to invite you on, mate, but I know you've had a busy day. I don't want to mess you about. Yeah, big up Shano, man. Work rate, madness. Lawrence says, I don't trust Arteta to manage the Sabito team, let alone Arsenal. No. The guy's a fraud. He's got no second game management. No second game management. And we've got, in my book, as I said to Shano last night, this is one of the biggest games of the season for Arsenal. It's all about club pride. North London pride. We've had enough this season of hearing about because Tottenham won a European trophy. Well done. Fantastic. Can't knock it. Right? But we've now got to go out there and prove that we're better. We are better. We're going to beat you in the league. You know what I'm saying? It's the pride of wearing a shirt, for fuck's sake. And these people don't understand, don't get it, because they don't know, because they've never been there. They've never been. I'll guarantee you the likes of Positive Dan and that fucking idiot Egal have never been to North London derby. I guarantee you. They have no idea what it's about. Twofold says, imagine if Arteta stays as long as Wenger's tenure with just one trophy. I wonder what these twats, top gooner, will want to say to defend him. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I don't think he would though, mate. I think he's on borrowed time, twofold. Berta's looking at him. Yeah. The Cronkies are looking at him. I don't think he'd last that long. I think let's be honest. Josh has said, start of the season, this season we must win trophies. So he knows he's under pressure. He knows that. Two falses, managers who are younger than this dictator have won big trophies without less time. There you go. There you go. Egal's not doing this for views. He used to be on Sonny's channel. The pan used to laugh at him. It's put him on. It's not put him on this. It's him. Yeah. Okay. I get you. I hear you. Positive Dan is actually a match going fan. Does he go to fucking Tottenham though? Does he actually go to one of them? It's a different type of fan that goes there, mate. AFC 87, always big up, mate. Jez, there was a guy called Nathan and he disrespected Jules Graham. I couldn't believe it, apart from Herbert Chapman. Jules Graham was the second best manager at Arsenal Football Club. Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. You know what I mean? Jules Graham, right? I can't speak of Herbert Chapman. The thing is, the Herbert Chapman wasn't Arsenal, Tottenham under the Chapman era was not quite as bad. There was the building up of it when Arsenal got promoted back into Div 1 and Tottenham got relegated. Corruption FC there. I've done a show about it. That was corruption FC by Arsenal. I'm not going to deny it. How that happened, God only knows. But Arsenal shouldn't have got brought back into Div 1 and Tottenham got relegated. It was just unbelievable. Wahar says, wouldn't surprise me, some of them just camp outside Emirates waiting to mob Robbie and his crew. Yeah, I'm sure they do, mate. I'm sure that's why a lot of fans are, no, not a lot of fans, but that's why fans leave to get on AFT shit show. But there you are. That's the way the world is. That's George Allison built onto what Chapman had created. Yeah, that's right, Shane. You got to remember rightly, Herbert Chapman only won one league title and an FA Cup. The rest of it is down to George Allison. He was the deputy manager, took over after Herbert Chapman died in January from pneumonia. So, but you have to give the credit to how Herbert Chapman restructured the club in the great way he decided how to play football. But hey, never mind. Lawrence says Craig Burley summed up. That's like ego and positive down in a nutshell. When he said fans like them are a mirror image of us, spineless calves with weak mentalities who accept failure for success. Well said, Lawrence. Andrew J54. I miss going to these games. Nothing else mattered to me apart from beating that lot. Loved it. Yep, there you go. That's how it should be. It is. I mean, I know Lee, doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it because he's not from North London. He's a devout Arsenal fan, but he doesn't see it. He doesn't understand it. I get that. I understand that. I know a lot of Arsenal fans that aren't from North London and don't think it's that important. But Ken, you ask him how important it is. It is in the blood. Two falsers. I think George Graham could have won us more European trophies if English clubs weren't. Yeah, banned from Europe. The Heysel Stadium shit with Liverpool. Yeah, 7-year ban. I mean, that was disgraceful. Shane Gooner. Big up, man. Big up, Shane-O. Jez, I would have jumped on, no problem. I'm down in me folks' gaff now. Nah, don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that. The Assemble 360. In my opinion, this manager's reign is a reflection of society today. What is acceptable today wouldn't have been tolerated yesterday. Fact. Absolutely fact. Right. Guys, give me your match predictions. Because I'm going to tell you mine before we wrap this up. Because it's only going to be a short show. I'm going 1-1. Give me your match predictions, guys. Because I'd love to know. A lot of people, 67% of people in my poll said it's going to be an Arsenal win, which I hope it will be. Lawrence, big up Lawrence, man. At 2-4, I think Graham wouldn't have won us a Champions League had he stayed on. Right, we've got some good scores coming in now. Sleepy Arteta ball, 2-2. Fair play. Desmond. Declan Rice, speaking of Arteta as the best manager ever, was mental. Yeah, what the fuck is that about? Andrew J54, 1-0 to the arse. Yeah, like that. 2-1 to the Arsenal. I presume that's 2-1 to the Arsenal. SG 3-1 to the Arsenal. Fair enough. Yeah. Jez, will you be doing another quiz before Christmas? Yes, mate. I actually wrote up 2 quizzes, buddy. I did one especially Arsenal and Man City and Man United, but the guy who challenging Kenny, never seen him since. So no point. But I've written another Arsenal one. So I don't know what happened to him. I hope he's all right. I've never seen him since. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 1, says AFC 87 always. Yeah, well, I did say last night, right, on Shano's show, I said 1-1 tells me in my head, right, 1-1 in my head, it's Arsenal. In my heart, I'm going 5-0 to Arsenal. 5-0. That's going back to the good old 23rd of September, 1978. When we beat them, stuffed them, kicked the arse out of them at White Hart Lane. But hey, who cares? Snooker news from White Hart. Zahu defeats Robinson in Riyadh's final. Boring week of snooker, to be fair. I like watching a bit of snooker, to be honest. I don't mind that. But if Arsenal lose this game, you can see the excuses come from the top goonies that Michael Oliver is the reason we lost instead of holding the manager accountable. Did I say September? Sorry, mate. I meant December. Beg your pardon. I do apologise, Lawrence. But yeah. Arsenal win nothing else, says Assembled. No, come on, mate. Be positive. Be positive. That's what we get told. But there we go. There we go. We're going to see. Anyway, it's going to be a great afternoon. 4:30 Sunday afternoon at the Emirates. Wish I was going to be there. I fucking love the old Arsenal Tottenham Arsenal games. It's such an occasion. It's always a drama, but we know. It's all down to the manager now, mate. We've got to set that team up right and see what we're going to do. Whilst it's not only Oliver, it's a fixture Webb has circled to his ruined Arsenal calendar first thing after fixtures released. No, come on, man. AFC Gunner 615. Big up, mate. Hope you're well. Twofold says Arteta to get sent off to the stands after we smashed Tottenham 7-0. Love it. Love the positivity. Love it. Beat them 7-0. Fucking hell. Well, if we're going to say that, let's go all out, mate. Beat them 10-0. Just smash the fuck out of them. It's the real fans game. Andrew J, 54. You are so right, buddy. You are so right. So right. You won't see many tourists at that game. I swear down. You won't. That's a proper game, man. The whole clock in will be of Tottenham. And you know there'll be a little bit naughty. It's always is naughty. SG says, let's beat them 20-0. Well, wow. Would be good. Wouldn't it be good? Be a record. 11-0. That'd be brilliant. But it ain't going to happen. We know that. We ain't got the bloody team for that anymore. But yeah, why not? Why not? Let's be positive. Let's be absolutely positive. Twofold says, you remember when Tottenham had Tim Sherwood, Arsenal fan, as their manager? Time? Who? What? Had Tim Sherwood. Yeah, gotcha. Big up Andrew from Hawaii. Oh, lovely, man. I bet it's a lot warmer there right now than it is over here, my friend. It's proper cold here now. Proper cold. -4 last night where I am. Yeah, Tim, I gotcha. Question, Jez. Who's your standout player for Arsenal, past and present, in a North London derby? Wow. Well, I've got to name one. Have I got to name one? Got to name one. Name one. I'll tell you what. Eddie Kelly when Arsenal won the league at Tottenham in 1971. I wasn't at the game. I wasn't allowed to go to games then, away games that is. My mum wouldn't let me, but Eddie Kelly had one of the greatest performances for Arsenal. Remember watching it on the telly after not live, couldn't see live football back then. But Eddie Kelly, what a player! If you want to come more recent, December 78 would be Liam Brady. Yeah, I'll leave it there. PFC TV 122. Big up, Jezza. Shout out to Ireland. Well done to Ireland, man. Well done to them, man. Well done. Hope they get through as well. I really hope they get through. I really do. I hope Wales make it as well, as I'm half Welsh. Lawrence Manuel, big up Lawrence. Harry Redknapp is a gooner and managed Spurs as well. Yeah. Brady, yeah. Good shout. Good shout. Good shout, mate. Great day out. Yeah, it's all the real thing, man. Jez, but Arsenal goal in North London derby. Mine is Liam Brady's shot into the top corner and the 5-0 demolition at the lane. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that. But there's been many, many great games at home, at Highbury and down the lane. Twofold says, Jez, when Arteta does finally F off, all I hope we don't get an ex-Arsenal player again. Otherwise, top gooners would give him a statue for playing nice football. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't like ex-Arsenal players being manager at the club. The fact we got this clown proves it. I don't think ex players of clubs do that well at their club. All right, you can argue against me again on that one about Dalglish at Liverpool. Yeah, different icon, different time of football. But yeah, I would never want to see the likes of Vieira, Henry, Petit, anybody like that come and be an Arsenal manager after Arteta. No, not for me. Sorry, not for me. To me, it don't work. I would not even take Fabregas back. No, oh Christ. Cool, blimey, there would be a meltdown there, mate. Meltdown there with Kenny Ken. Oh, my days. Kenny Ken's not a lot of time for him, man. Not a lot of time. Liam Brady, just, yeah, absolute legend player. Been privileged to meet him on many occasions. Even I met him as an Arsenal fan, as an Arsenal player back in 1976. Lawrence says, I had my doubts when George Graham got the job, but he won the League Cup in his first season, which began the current success at the club. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does work sometimes, but majority of the time, Lawrence, it don't work. Wahar says, at the moment, I'd take some ex-United players to replace Amorium in a heartbeat. I get it. Best Irish player. Best Irish player. Best Irish player. Fucking hell. Been too many, man. For longevity, it's got to be O'Leary for me. It's got to be O'Leary. Brady was exceptional. But for longevity, what that guy gave for the club, it's O'Leary. Yeah, Andrew, you agree with me? Yeah. Unbelievable player for the club. Unbelievable. Brilliant player. Best Scottish player for the club. Oh, well, come on. Come on. You really want me to answer that one? I will come back to you on that one. PFC says, Jez, if you take one player from any rival from past or present, who you would take in and why? Mate, there's no answer to that one. It's got to be fucking George Best. One of the greatest players I've ever seen in my life. I see him play for Man United and Fulham. But to go back to the other question, best player. Come on, mate. It's McClintock. McClintock. Unbelievable player for Arsenal. What a player he was back in the day. I know it's a different game of football now, but yeah, I mean, Lee said if we get Mateus Jalil from Saudi Arabia, he would come as he's winning big trophies in Middle East. I wouldn't know, mate. I don't watch foreign leagues. Eric Cantona. Don't know what you mean there. Andrew McCurry says, bit before me. George Graham by country miles, best Scottish player to play for us. No. Frank McClintock, mate. Frank McClintock. Back in those days. George Graham was all right. But you know, when we bought him from Chelsea as a striker, it wasn't until Bertie Mee changed him into midfield. The first season we had him, he wasn't all that. We bought him as a striker, and he just didn't have the pace. And Stanley Matthews, Bertie Mee changed him into that player. That, as you know, the nickname Stroller. Yeah, no, for me, sorry, mate, it's Frank McClintock. Jez, how good was Stanley Matthews? Pele rated him highly. Never saw Stanley Matthews, mate, before my time. Big up before my time, mate. He was in the 50s, mate. I wasn't born to 61. And I didn't really start seeing football till 1967, 68. So big up from the ship, mate. Hope you're well. So, I never saw him play. Twofold says, Lord Nicholas Bentner was the best player in our history. He was missing chances on purpose to not hurt the other team's defenders. Yeah. We've had a few of them, mate. Lawrence says, worst Scottish player to play for us, George Woods. Yeah, he was an absolute pony. Although, Peter Marinello wasn't all that good, was he? Hendo, big up Hendo, mate. Green Jezza, Arsenal, all watching. I can see the North London derby being a stinky ball draw. There's a lot of people tonight saying this. Bad time to have an NLD straight after the international break. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. Didn't Tommy Sponge Baldwin go the other way? I'm not sure. I don't know. Hendo, good evening from Seminole and Lawrence. Do you know if Ray Kennedy was originally a striker? No, he wasn't. He was actually a midfielder. He was actually a midfielder. And then he moved in to be a striker. We had a great season with him. Great season. And then stupidly we sold him on to Liverpool and we lost a lot of players. And that's the Arsenal way, isn't it? Wahar says Bentner up front, Drew at the back, the two towers. Yeah. Not exactly Tolkien, though, was it? Not exactly Tolkien. And SG says, Jez, who's the worst player you've watched and how crap were they? Oh, my days. It's got to be worst Arsenal player in my lifetime. It's got to be that what's his name? That striker. Wenger signed. I can't think his name now. That's how much he impressed me. Oh God, what's his name? Awful player. Oh God, I can't think his name. I think you know who I mean. God, what's his name? Jezza, how much old papers do you have? If you mean programs, I've got programs. My oldest program is 1924. That's my granddad's first ever program at Highbury. Arsenal, West Ham, West Brom. I've got programs all the way through the 20s, 30s, not many in the 40s, 50s, not many in the 60s, actually, strangely. Loads. Shamak, well done. The minute. Shamak, well done. Yeah, absolute pile of shit. I got loads from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 80s. A lot of them on my own up to 2016. FA Cup ones from 1927, 1932, 56, 34 or 35, can't remember. 71, I've got my cup final, my own one. All the way, I've got every cup final program from 71 up to 2009, 8. I can't remember now. Yeah, I got an awful lot of them, mate. Awful lot of them. Awful lot. Yeah, Shamak, mate. What a fucking waste of space he was. Sonogo, Park. Oh, Yosin Park. Wow. Yeah. My worst players: Jeff Blockley, John Matthews, Lee Chapman, John Hawley. Lee Chapman came with great promise, didn't he? Good player for Leeds, but yeah, crap, man, crap, absolute crap. What's the most valuable one? What the programs? This one. Let me take this off. This is what one I bought last week. No, not last week. Week before. I bought this at auction. Let me show you this. Oh God, this bloody thing's a pain in the ass. Right. There you go. Right, I'll turn the back screen off. All right, so you can see it. Right. Okay, I bought this. I'm a member of many auction sites. Sports memorabilia. So if any of you guys haven't seen it, this is an iconic piece of football history for Arsenal. This is the first advertisement for Arsenal's first ever game. Well, Dial Square's first ever game. For their first game against Eastern Wanderers, Arsenal won 6-0, or Dial Square won 6-0. So this is the first one. It was played on the Isle of Dogs, so it actually proves that Arsenal were an East London team. And it was played on the 11th of December, 1886, and there it is. There it is. That is the first ever football advertisement piece of paper for Dial Square versus Eastern Wanderers. I think you can see it. 11th of December 1886 of the Isle of Dogs. And I bought that at auction 2-3 weeks ago. And that is proper history. That is proper history. That's the oldest piece of memorabilia and the most expensive and the most valuable I've got. I don't think you'll ever see another one of them that I know of. Arsenal Football Club haven't got one, and I doubt they ever will. I was fortunate to get it. I was bidding against two other guys, and anyway, long story, I won it. And it's basically, I was never going to lose it. I was always going to win it. I said to the wife, I'm having that. As long as it was within reasonable cost, and I got it. Favourite Arsenal kit, in your opinion? For me, mate, it's got to be one of two. It's got to be the Arsenal away shirt for the 71 Cup final, the yellow and blue, a bit like the one behind me now with Kenny Sampson there. And it's got to be the bruised banana. I absolutely love that kit. A lot of people hated that. I loved it when it came out. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. I've still got my original one. Francis Jeffers, what a pile of shit he was. And my favourite Arsenal kit was the Umbro one with the cannon 3 circles, AFC underneath it. Lawrence. The Millet Shamak after us. Dar Square is a cracking name. Now that's an interesting thing, mate. I learned something about that. They only kept that name for a month. Jez, a favourite Arsenal game you've ever been to? I answered this to somebody last night. It's the Anfield away 89 when we won 2-0. I've still got my programme with my ticket. And I can actually prove I was there, unlike some of the 80,000 people that say they were there. I've actually still got mine. Promise says, how many of these were made? I don't know, mate. I honestly do not know. This was a pamphlet that was distributed amongst the workers at the Woolwich Foundry in maybe a couple of days or a week before the game. If you remember, the fact was the Woolwich Foundry members were asked to pay like a penny to support the club when they were founded in the November, and it was 11th of December 1886 was the first game, and that's how it all came about. And that came up for auction on an auction site that I'm a member of, and I thought, no, that can't be right. And I inquired about it, and I thought, whoa, if that's what it is, then I'm having it. And I was actually bidding against a guy from America in the end, who's a massive he buys all kinds of sports memorabilia, but I thought, no, you're not having it. I'm having it. And I said to the wife, I don't care what it costs, I'm having it. Jez is like, do you still have the bouquet of flowers that are given out at Anfield 89? Yeah, you know, Hendo, don't you? You know that bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, didn't happen, man. Didn't happen, did it? The minute says, I never rated Ian Ure. Then I found out he played in the European Cup semi-final for Dundee in '63. Did he? I didn't know that. I did not know that. No, fair play. You see, we learn every single day, don't we? We learn every day something new about football. I didn't know that. Thank you for educating me, friend. Thanks. And the other thing you said, apart from him dying, Just asked, do you still have the boat? Oh, no, I've done that one. Beating the Scum in 71 for the title on their patch for me. Yeah, I wasn't there, unfortunately, mate. I wasn't allowed to go then. I wasn't. My mum wouldn't let me go. I wasn't old enough. My first away game at Tottenham was 1976 when I got my first ever my own season ticket. That was my first ever trip to White Hart Lane, as was, and yeah, a great occasion. Scary, I won't lie. It was a bit scary. I'd never been there. Well, not on a match day. I've been past it, but I'd never been there for a game. So it was a bit daunting. I won't lie. But yeah, it was Andrew saying was impossible to get tickets to the Anfield '89, even as a clock in season ticket holder. Me and my dad couldn't get them. I think it was. I think it was all down to how many away games you'd gone to, because you had to have the tokens. And that season '89, I went to every single away game, every single. Basically from. Yeah, let me get right. Basically from 1977, I went to every home and away up to around 92. So I had all the tokens for every season to get to every cup competition that we got to, but we didn't get to that many. But yeah, that's how I got mine. But Julian, you know the old story of Julian. He left on an A-level exam, to get back to Highbury, to get on the coach to get to Anfield. Yeah, right. Yeah, sure you did. How the fuck did you get a ticket when you didn't even have a season ticket? Yeah, because you said, Millet. Sorry, you just said, it's fucking jokes, man. Sorry, Andrew, you just said, you're a season ticket holder at the clock in, and you couldn't get a ticket. So how the fuck did an idiot like Julian, who didn't have a season ticket, got a ticket? Oh. This is where you'll find people out, you see. You can all people can sit there and talk the bollocks, give it all the big large, right? But when it comes down to the real facts, this is when you find people out. Because then you suddenly think, hello, you didn't have a season ticket, but you actually said to me you got to Highbury to get on a coach. You couldn't tell me the time. You couldn't tell me the coach number. You couldn't tell me what time you got to Anfield. You couldn't tell me at what point in the ground at Anfield you were. And you couldn't tell me what time you got back to Highbury to celebrate that win. And you weren't a season ticket holder anyway. How the fuck does that work out then? Seriously? Honestly, these people, honestly, I don't get it. Julian Assemble says, Julian obviously knew the man who knew the man. Just listen to him. I'm totally convinced. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he obviously knew them all. It's look, it's so easy to catch people out. I catch them out all the time. I chatted to a fellow the other night who was telling me he's one of the old EIE. I said, what's it mean? I can't tell you. I said, all right, like I don't fucking know. And I said, what part of the ground you in? Clock in. Oh, I said, you're a Highbury Hill boy. No, I lived in Enfield. Didn't know what I meant. Didn't know what I meant. If you were one of the herd, right, in the clock end, you know what the Highbury Hill meant. I said, so you know the Highbury Hill call? No, all I know is we used to call EIE EIE. No, well, that didn't work like that, my friend. It never worked like that. So I catch them out all the time. All the fucking time. Oh dear, I don't know. Total hit sweet. Big up, mate. Way off topic. But my first week at the new job was decent. Good man. Hope it's going well for you, my friend. Do you have any working advice, Jez? I work in digital marketing, so to say. Out of my league, mate. Out of my league. I was in engineering. I wouldn't have a clue, my friend. Be honest with you. But I wish you all the very best in your new endeavour. Yeah, it's way out of my league, mate. Way out of my league. You know, I can just about turn a computer on. Yeah, and work a mouse. It's honestly, man. Seriously, good luck with you though. Good luck, man. I remember partying with Theo Fawley in the supporters club at 4 a.m. after we won the league at Anfield. Big up, Lawrence, man. Big up, Lawrence. Yeah, Andrew J54, fake fans everywhere. Yeah, I'm one of them, mate. I'm one of them. Yeah, never been to a game in my life, apparently. Never go to the ground. Never, ever know anything about Arsenal. No, never. It's all laughable, isn't it? These modern day fans, they come out with all this fucking bollocks. And Jesus, I have to sit there and listen to them on shows sometimes. Mm. But hey, anyway, gentlemen, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks, Jez. Should be good if it's kind of the same as my job, but definitely products. That's the big difference, mate. I mean, if you're in an engineering situation, gas engineering, I'll give you loads of advice. I was in it for 48 years, but what you're asking me, mate, out of my depth, and I'd never try and advise somebody and drag them down the wrong road because that's not what I'm about. Seriously, man. Well, big up, man. Thanks for the show. Take care. Best of health to you and yours. And to you, mate. You're a legend. You're always here. Nice one, mate. Always glad to hear you talk Arsenal. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, mate. Big up, Jez. Always a pleasure listening to you, mate. Big up, Andrew J54. I love that badge. The 1932 badge. When that one came about. 1932 badge. Proper badge, that is. I'd love to get a shirt with that on it, actually. My wife can make them sort of things, so I might get her to do that just for a giggle. Yeah, I'm not worried about the lights, mate. Not worried about them. It's is what it is. No, you're good. Only good, Jizz. Thanks. Big up to you, mate. Hope the job goes well, my bro. Hope it goes well for you. Phil Mitchell, what's your favourite Lethal Wet thing? I'm not into films, mate. I don't watch them, to be honest. I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't. Yeah, that's right, mate. Always remind me of the East Stand as well. You know what I mean? I used to look at that every bleeding day for 24 sodding years. Toss do old shirts, style shirts with old badges. Yeah, I'm not. No, mate, I wouldn't do that. My wife could. She's got all the kit to make t-shirts and all that sort of shit. I'd get him to make me one. She can do them on polo shirts because she does crafting and markets and all that sort of stuff. She wouldn't do an Arsenal shirt badge and try and sell it because she'd get in trouble for that. But yeah. Total Sweet says 2-0 Arsenal. Yeah, big up. I hope so, mate. Hope so. I've gone on 1-1. Other people are coming with 2-2s and 3-0s. My heart's telling me, mate. Total hits where my heart's telling me 1. No, my head's telling me 1-1. My heart's telling me 5-0. Go back to the good old days, 78, when we kicked him up. But yeah. Anyway, people, thanks everyone that's joining the chat. It's been great. Loved all your questions. That's what this is about. I love answering people's questions as best I can. I can't always get them right. Can't always answer your questions, but thanks very much. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been a shit week for me personally, but I've loved talking to you, gentlemen and ladies. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you again soon. I'll be doing a match review of the Arsenal Tottenham game, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Come on, Arsenal, sort your shit out. Big up, Proms, man. Big up. Hendon Goon, cheers at Jez Arsenal 67. Good night to you and all. Big up to you guys. Yeah, Andrew, come on, you gunners. Anyway, people, I'm going to do the outro. Take care. See you later. And I'll see you for the next one.